So we are finally done with Neetpg 2025. Loads of messages pouring in with gratitude, ridden with anxiety. All of it is past now. We are done with it. It's over. Just take a deep breath and relax. How was the paper? Moderate, tough. We'll deal with it later when we go into the solutions and the discussions of the recall, the surgery questions. You can contribute to it too by posting the questions as well as the options in our Telegram group. The link is in the description below, so that we'll be able to have a better recall and the solutions for the questions. For the moment, let's talk about what lies ahead of us now. What are the few important questions that we need to get across? First question, recall. Kare ya na kare. Everyone should do it without exception. Spend almost 1 or 1.5 days for it. How do you do it? That is more important, but it is important that you do it. Pick up your notes and an empty notebook. ठीक है, एक करके subject wise recall करो. For example, you picked up surgery. From surgery, just start flipping your notes from page number 1, and by the time you are done with entire notes, you'll be able to recall almost all the questions that were asked in surgery. Now, similarly, do that for the rest of the subjects as well. By the time you are done, you'll be able to recall majority of the questions. And also, along with writing the questions with their options, also mark the answer that you feel is correct as per the notes that you have read. Most of the answers you will be getting correct based on what is there in your notes. So with all of this at hand, you will have a tentative idea how you have fared in the examination. Now, this will be a realistic idea, not your gut feel. Why is it important? You don't need to be living in assumptions on how your paper went. You need to know how your paper went, because just 3 months down the line, you have another important exam coming up. You don't want to have that regret that despite the fact there was a gut feel, that my paper did not go well, still I did not start preparing earlier. Had it been so that I would have started earlier, my result could have been better in the upcoming examinations. But the next question that obviously comes into the mind of most of the students is that, sir, what if I do a recall and by the time I'm done with it, I realize that most of my questions that I answered were wrong. I get into anxiety, depression. What do I do next? See, not knowing will also not keep you at peace, will it? No. You will still have sleepless nights trying to figure out, how did I fare in the examination? Within you, the paper went good or it did not go good, about it, right? So it's always better to come to the realistic situation, assess it, and then move accordingly. Moreover, there is no place for anxiety or depression in this cycle. It's pretty simple. You recall, you figure out the areas which were weak, the subjects where you got majority of the questions wrong, work upon those weaknesses, improve those weaknesses, get them sorted out, and the selection will follow in the next examination. Things are simple. We tend to complicate things for no reason. Now, there are 3 situations which arise out of this condition. Number 1 is that you get a good score, you get selected, and you're getting a branch of choice, either the first preference or the second preference. That's the first situation. That is the best situation to be in. Second situation is that you do get selected, but you're not getting the branch of your choice. Okay, both the first preference, second preference, both of it you're not getting. Now, here, either you have enough enthu left, you will pick up the books again and you will start reading and then you'll get selected. Or if you don't have the enthu left, whatever you're getting at this juncture, you'll just pick it up and move on with your life. And that is not a bad decision. Third situation, did not get selected, do not have the remaining enthu left to carry on, it's fine. Pick up whatever is there, as in whatever options are available post MBBS. You want to join a hospital as a junior doctor, or you want to join a corporate job which is not exactly clinical. Trust me, there are a lot of options available. That is a topic for an entire different video, long form of discussion. We'll be doing that as well, but not right now. The fourth situation that can happen sometimes is that, sir, मेरा ना MBBS से ही connect खत्म हो गया. I don't really want to carry on. Now, this is a very different situation. Mostly, the situation is because of the frustration that has come up because of the pre-PG phase of preparation, and this will go away as you take a break and slowly resume studying. Okay, majority of the times, this is what the situation is. Rarely it can be because of a realistic situation जहाँ पे भी actually आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि भाई I cannot really carry on. Then you need a very in-depth analysis and research of your options that you want to explore. But that too, again, it's not something which is very easy. The task is uphill. You need to have a proper research before you actually jump into any such action. Second thing is take a goddamn break. You need it. Take it without guilt. At least for a week, just disconnect. Once you're done with the recall, just pack your bags, leave based on whatever you can afford. Go there and do not talk to anybody about what has just happened, okay? Why? See, understand, there should be no guilt associated with your performance in the examination. Paper अच्छा गया, नहीं गया, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है you sit in your house, you know, close your doors and start sulking about it. That is not going to solve your problem. What you need to understand is that you have to work upon your weaknesses. That is what is actually going to be helpful to you. So whenever you come back, do that, okay? Whenever the comeback happens, the comebacks should always be legendary. So hashtag legendary comeback. Whenever it happens, it should happen like that. Third thing is for those who have done a recall and have understood from the recall that, you know, it's good time. They have performed well in the examination and they're well beyond the selection criteria because exam बहुत अच्छा गया है. So what you guys need to do, those who are falling in this category, is that you need to do a comprehensive research right now. वैसे भी result से पहले आपका मन तो लगेगा नहीं पढ़ने में. So use this time, do a comprehensive research, make a list based on your preferences, both the colleges as well as the branch, and talk to seniors and faculties about it, which is better, which is not better. Research में कभी भी कोई कमी नहीं होनी चाहिए. And once you're done with that, the results are out and you are pretty much finalizing your college and branch. You need to prepare for your residency as well. इसके ऊपर एक पूरा वीडियो बनाएंगे बेटा अलग से. We'll have an understanding about what all is needed, especially from the surgical branches point of view. See, surgical branches, mainly general surgery, orthopedics, OBGY, these branches are physically overwhelming. You need to understand how to function in these branches from the very beginning. Otherwise, what happens is that the dropout can also happen. So you need to be mentally prepared before you actually jump into these branches. So you need to have an understanding about that as well. Discussion about that will happen later. Right now, only the preferences you need to sort out before the results. Now, the fourth thing is about the students who need to re-prepare. Now, this is a very important discussion. यहाँ पर भी बेटा दो conditions होंगी. Either you were almost there, as in you figured out, you know, that it was not a complete wreck. You read well, but you ended up not performing well. So for you students who are there in that category, you need to target INICET November वाला with utmost sincerity. यही वाला INICET crack करने की आपको पूरी कोशिश करनी है. The second category of students who are very weak, जिनको एग्जाम देके समझ में आया कि ना तो प्रिपरेशन थी और ना ही एग्जाम अच्छा गया है. These students need to be realistic. You need to have Neetpg 2026 and May INICET as your target. November वाला देना है, पूरी शिद्दत से देना है. But you have to understand and have it at the back of your mind that you need a certain amount of time to get ready. Don't have any hypothetical ideas in your mind that, you know, suddenly in 1 month everything is going to change. That is not going to happen. But having said that, both of you, whether you were partly prepared or you are not prepared, now if you are jumping into the game, you need to jump with utmost commitment and conviction. Immediately from day one, that urgency should be there. No distractions, no looking here and there. Damn into your notes, and once you're done with the notes, immediately bang into your question practice. Question practice is extremely important. There is no substitute to it. Now, why does it help? I'll give you an example from our Telegram group itself. You know, students who joined the Telegram group in the beginning, we started roughly in June. So in about 2 months time, we covered roughly around 1500 to 1600 questions in surgery, all from the important areas. So students who had surgery as one of the weak subjects ended up getting surgery as one of their strongest subjects. And in fact, if they are actually watching the videos, they can comment in the comment section below for the others to figure out whether it was beneficial or not. See, it's not rocket science, you know. कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स होते हैं बेटा हर सब्जेक्ट के, उन्हीं कॉन्सेप्ट्स को आप बार बार प्रैक्टिस करते हो. इफ यू आर टेस्टिंग योरसेल्फ अगेंस्ट दोस कॉन्सेप्ट्स अगेन एंड अगेन, एंड यू विल स्लोली बिकम गुड इन दिस सब्जेक्ट. देयर इज नथिंग दैट इज न्यू टू इट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी आर आल्सो डूइंग, सॉल्विंग दोस क्वेश्चंस रिपीटेडली and then discussing those questions and your queries on our Telegram group. That is how you tend to improve, and that is what should be your goal as well. We'll also be starting with our new cycle of test series. Beta, uska schedule we'll be sharing soon. But for all of this, you need to give up the fear of performance. आपको bold enough you have to become to appear for these tests regularly, irrespective of the fact कि आपकी rank क्या आ रही है, लोग क्या सोचेंगे. मेरे batchmates भी हैं उस group में, they laugh on me. दिस ऑल हैज़ टू बी अबैंडेड। ये फियर तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं होना चाहिए कि भैया लोग हंसेंगे, तुम्हारी बला से रोज़ हंसे तुम्हारे ऊपर। जिस दिन तुम सिलेक्ट होगे उस दिन कौन हंसेगा, दैट इज़ वॉट मैटर्स। बेटा सी, पीपल्स ओपिनियन आर मोस्टली बेस्ड ऑन देयर मूड एंड सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट। इस लूप में फंसोगे तो इट इज़ गोइंग टू बिकम वेरी डिफिकल्ट। द ओनली लूप दैट यू नीड टू बी इन सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट एंड ग्रोथ। इस लूप में रहो, रेस्ट एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू फॉलो ऑन इट्स ओन। Fifth situation is for those students who have tried sufficient number of times, just wait till the result. If it's not working, it's not working. आपने कोशिश कर ली, मेहनत कर ली, आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि यार I'm not sincere enough, I've tried sufficient number of times, start करता हूँ, नहीं हो पाता है. It's okay, it's fine. You're still a doctor. ऐसा नहीं है कि you're not an MBBS doctor anymore. No. And most importantly, do not link this examination with your इज्जत और ego. पहली बात तो ये हटाओ सबसे दिमाग से. This is not a game of ego. ये खेल खेलो ही मत जहाँ पे हारना तय है. At your age, you guys have this misconception that, if you become a surgeon, neurosurgeon, DM cardio, DM neuro, any of these branches you take up, and you'll earn some massive respect from the society. Okay, let me tell you the truth here. You are not the first one who is going to do any of these branches, and you'll not be the last one. After you also, a lot of people will follow before you. There have been a lot of seniors who have been practicing in this field. So don't have this kind of misconception that you're doing something unique. You're not, okay? Second thing is that if you're doing it purely from the perspective of societal respect, this is the biggest scam you're falling into. Trust me. I'll tell you why. You want a sample of it? All those people that you have been giving free medical advice till now, start asking consultation fees, and you'll get an immediate understanding of what societal respect is. See, if you are seeking something purely from the perspective of respect from someone, that is something that is going to shatter your existence. Somewhere you'll find an existential crisis the moment that respect is pulled away, because you'll understand that it is not meant from that perspective. It is all based on needs and personal interest. So therefore, never do anything purely from the perspective of gaining respect. Understand that if it follows organically in the path of you doing something that you're happy doing, if it happens on its own, it is fine. But if you are chasing it, that is a big problem you're getting into. The last discussion is about those students who feel they are not financially prepared to support an entire new preparatory phase. You need to understand one thing now. अगर financial issues हैं बेटा, so you need to earn. That's not a big deal. You need to join a job. अब वो job hospital में हो सकती है, वो corporate job हो सकती है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. So there is no problem with it. See, पैसे नहीं हैं, पैसे कमाने पड़ेंगे. That is the solution. Always try to look for the solution. तो आपको एक चीज़ समझनी है कि suppose you understand कि you don't have money and you need to work. Try saving as much money as possible. For example, अगर आप अभी hospital join करते हो तो most of the hospitals for junior doctors they give roughly around in the range of 60 to 70,000. ठीक है, North India की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. तो you earn up something in this range, and roughly per month if you're saving 30,000, it will take you 6 months to save roughly around 1.8 to 2 lakhs. It's good enough to propel you for the remaining time till your preparation for Neetpg 2026. Therefore, what is important is understand your timelines if you are into this situation. Hypothetically, अपने को stress out मत करो कि यार time निकला जा रहा है, No. Understand your needs and then act accordingly, put your timelines accordingly. But while you are at the job as well, do not forget that this is only a conduit for your final goal. ठीक है, ये परमानेंट नहीं है. परमानेंट हो भी जाता है, आपको अच्छा लग जाता है, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट केस सिनेरियो. बट राइट नाउ यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट दिस वाज व्हाई यू स्टार्टेड. क्यों शुरुआत की थी, ये याद रखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. सिंपल है, पैसे कमाओ, गेट बैक इनटू द गेम एंड गो फॉर इट. See, if you'll want to do it, you will find a way. Or if you don't want to do it, you will find an excuse. The choice is and will always be yours. ठीक है बेटा? So just relax, cheer up. Whatever has happened now. Stay focused on what you need to do in the few days to come. Now we'll also be starting with the test series again. The entire cycle will be starting on our Telegram group. Those who haven't joined, the link is in the description below. Schedule हम डालेंगे बेटा 1-2 दिन के अंदर. What will be the dates for the test series that will be coming up? Also, those students who are interested in live classes and surgery discussions, reach out to me at surgeontalkies@gmail.com. Especially, I encourage the pre-final and final year students to do that. Timely अपनी preparation start करो, phase करो अपनी preparations को. These are 2 important crucial years for you before you actually reach your internship. अगर आपने अपने मेजर्स पहले ही कवर कर लिए इंटर्नशिप से, so you are guaranteeing your selection, that is for sure. ठीक है बेटा? Also, if there are any other queries or questions that I can be of help, please reach out to me at the same email. Always there and happy to help. God bless you. Thank you so much and always be happy.